Joel Pinheiro was the opponent tonight for Rich Harden, and Pinheiro, I guess when the evening was over, could say he had a good news, bad news night. The good news was that finally, after 6 consecutive starts to a no decision, he didn't get a no decision. The bad news was that though he pitched very well after the 4th inning and went 8, he turns up a loser at 2 and 4 and still hasn't won a decision since clear back in April. The A's didn't do anything to discourage the thoughts that he might have a good outing through the first 2 innings tonight. They had 1 base runner on, and he was wiped out in a double play. Harden, meantime, started impressively with a 1-2-3 first, but Richie Sexton greeted him with a line drive double to the wall in center field off the first pitch he saw in the 2nd inning, and the Mariners proceeded then to go to work and manufacture the run. Ibanez grounding out to the right side to move Sexton over, and young Jose Lopez, the second baseman, delivered the sacrifice fly, and the Mariners had the first run of the night. It didn't last long, though. Dan Johnson, who's beginning to escalate his performances with almost every game, tonight played in the 22nd game and the 24th, in which he's been present since his call-up, and he made his presence felt on the second pitch he saw in the 3rd inning.
Wind up by Pinheiro. Here's the 1-0 delivery, and it's drilled to right field. Ichiro's going to watch. No doubt about it. Dan Johnson's first Major League home run. And he just killed it. And the A's have tied it up at 1-1. If you're going to hit your first one, you might as well leave no doubt about it. That was about 15 rows back in the seats in right field.
Marco Scutaro, who had a nice night, walked with 1 out, moved up to second on Jason Kendall's single, setting up Mark Kotze.
Pinheiro slowly now comes set at the belt, and his 1-1 pitch is on the way, and it's lined down the left field line, spicing for a base hit. Wynn cuts it off on a hop, but rounding third to score is Scutaro. Stopping at second is Kendall. A spicing drive the other way by Mark Kotze, and the A's have taken a 2-1 lead.
And when Crosby flied out deep to center field, it looked like that Pinheiro might be very vulnerable tonight, but he came back to get Chavez looking at a 3rd strike and ending the inning and the threat. But again, he was having his problems in the 4th, and the A's were ready and willing to oblige by taking advantage of it. Hatterberg opened with a single, and Bobby Kelty came up for his 2nd appearance.
0-1 pitch, and the ball hit down the right field line by Sexton. Base hit into the corner. Ichiro plays the carom. Hatterberg's going to 3rd. Kelty pulls up at 2nd with a double, and the A's on 2 balls hit almost in the exact same spot, have runners at 2nd and 3rd and nobody out.
And then it was Johnson for his 2nd plate appearance of the night.
And with nobody out, here's Dan Johnson facing Pinheiro, who winds and delivers, and Johnson, it's a high fly ball to left field, medium deep, might score the run. Wynn going back, he's there to make the catch. Hatterberg tags, and he will score easily. Holding at 2nd is Kelty, and now it's 3-1 Athletics. And Dan Johnson, first ball swinging after homering in his first at-bat, delivers the sac fly.
Kelty was still at 2nd after Swisher struck out for the 2nd out of the inning, putting the burden on Marco Scutaro.
The 1-1 to Marco. Breaky ball, line to center, base hit. Kelty is to 3rd. Up with the ball is Reed. And Kelty comes to the plate. The throw is cut off. And now the A's lead 4-1 on a solid single to center by Marco Scutaro.
The inning ended with Scutaro being cut down at 2nd trying to steal, and somehow things really transitioned for Pinheiro. At that time he had 75 pitches for 4 innings, but then suddenly got very sharp. Retired 6 straight batters in the 5th and the 6th, and even though he gave up a walk and a single, threw a double play ball in the 7th that ended a rally by the A's. And again in the 8th inning, though they put 2 on, he got Kelty to ground out, and that was his last inning of work, but he kept the Mariners at least within striking distance. While meantime, as the middle portion of the ball game evolved, Harden, after striking out 3 straight, 1 to end the 4th inning and 2 to start the 5th, perhaps began to feel just a bit tired as he got up into the 60 pitch count or thereabouts. Reed hit a soft single to center field, then Harden against the rookie Morse finally walked him on a 3-2 pitch, and the veteran Pat Borders was up with 2 out and a chance for some damage. This is the first little wobbliness at all in his overall game that Harden has shown tonight. 4-1 A's lead. Here's the pitch, swing, and there's a fly ball hit well deep to center field. Copley still going and makes the catch. A brilliant play, going to the last stride before bumping into the padding and taking away possible extra bases for the veteran 42-year-old Pat Borders. 2 runners are stranded, and Harden through 5 has given up just 1 run as the A's lead 4-1. So it was the bullpen's job now to get it done, and Keiichi Yabu turned in an excellent 2 1/3 innings, and it didn't look like it when it began. Ichiro got to him for a single in the matchup of Japanese-born Major League players, and after Wynn flied out, Yabu, whose control was just a little shaky at that point, gave up a walk to Beltre, and the big bopper with 15 home runs, Richie Sexson, stepping in. And it looked like this could be a turning point in the game. Yabu could use a ground ball right at somebody right now. So look back, the next pitch. Sexton grounds it to third. Chavez picks to his left. Second for 1. Turn to first. Double play. No sooner said than done. Ground ball, 5-4-3. End of rally. End of 6. A's 4 and Mariners 1.
How'd you know that was coming?
Oh, listen, it's just there. It's inherent. Hang around a while and you just feel those things. The only blemish on Yabu's 7th inning was very minor. Reed had a single, but he brushed that off. And then when he struck out Borders to start the 8th inning, the call went to Ricardo Rincon. It was not Ricky's night. Ichiro nailed him for a single to left and Wynn for a single to center, and suddenly the tying run was coming up in the person of Adrian Beltre, and Justin Duchscherer was hurriedly rushed into the ballgame in need of making a 5-out save. He didn't appear real sharp in his matchup with Beltre, and Beltre took advantage of it.
Duchscherer, third base side. Bending at the waist, checking with Kendall. Has the sign, he's set. And the 2-2 pitch on the way, swung on, hit up the middle, A's hit center field. Ichiro around third. Kotsay throws the ball back to the infield. Ichiro scores on a single to center by Beltre, and now it's 4-2.
And that meant Sexton had another crack at doing big-time damage, and it's amazing how a game can turn. With one at bat where your pitcher maybe doesn't look that sharp, it takes only one pitch to change the whole outlook.
Here's Richie Sexton, a right-handed hitter, and it's a ground ball to third, might be 2. Chavez flips second 1, relay first, double play. The A's, who lead the American League in turning double plays, get a huge one right there. 5-4-3 on Richie Sexton, diffusing the rally as the Mariners have to settle for 1. And after 8 complete in Seattle, A's 4, Mariners 2.
And Duchscherer was sharp in the 9th inning, grounding out Ibanez and Lopez, and Reed, hoping to get on to perhaps get the tying run to the plate, was his last obstacle. Reed with singles the last 2 times up, 2 for 3. And Morse on deck if he keeps the inning alive. Bouncer to second, too hot. Scudero has it, throw to first in time, and Duchscherer gets the 5-out save. The A's take the first 2 games of the series in Seattle, and they have their second 4-game winning streak of the campaign. The return of Rich Harden is a roaring success. His 5 innings of exceptional pitching bring him the victory, and the A's a win by a score of 4-2. And we'll be back right